What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with some more unboxing / hunt videos. So yes, my LCS opened up. If you watched my last video, I did drop some info about that, but was unsure as to whether or not to share some of my findings. But I said, hey, what the hey? I'm going to drop this video and hopefully more people like than dislike about it. So, and for those of you who are haters to my videos, I don't know if it's because of the YouTube algorithm, you thought it was something that it wasn't, or whatever the case may be. Thank you for stopping by, because you did notice my video and I got a view. So there you go. All right, so these are from various sources. Been buying a lot of Instagram, and YouTube auctions are galore these days still, and just various items. I did cull out the stuff that I purchased maybe in a bigger lot with the intents of selling what I already had or wasn't interested in, and in keeping some of it, kind of culling out what I didn't want. Be sure to check out my Instagram page, because I post all that stuff over there. If you're interested in purchasing comics, and hit me up on Instagram if you're looking for something in particular. With my job, I am able to travel around, and as things begin to open up, I'll be visiting various comic book shops and can maybe find you some stuff on the cheap. So I did get this from Mr. Unknown Comics Guy in a lot of books. This was the newest thing he had, but it was cool nevertheless. All New Wolverine number 18. So got Batman 422. Was on a live Instagram auction Saturday, I believe, and picked this up. Powers of, well, I'll save that one for when I get the other one. Uncanny X-Men 278. Got it on the cheap newsstand. Already had a direct version of that. So Detective Comics presents Batman and Batgirl, a 15-cent banger. Biggie Shack, if you watch this video, be sure to put the Biggie Shack seal of approval if this is indeed a banger. But this is Detective Comics 405. It's introducing the League of Assassins. I actually think this is a retelling of the same story in a different book, but nevertheless, it's 15-cent goodness here, people. Now, granted, this is a Bon Jovi cover. It's Living on a Prayer, but it is one of the older books. I've got another one that's older than this in this stack right here, so I'll show it to you in a bit. But yeah, some 15-cent goodness. Can't hardly go wrong. I did pick up House of X and Powers of 10, issue number 4. This is some of those connecting covers that they did for that. This is one I didn't have. I really dig these team pictures like this. I remember the team picture back in the day of Jim Lee, and I just got one, might be in this stack right here. The X-Men 200 was a David Finch cover. The team, just think they're really cool. So this is the older one I talked about. So Batman 10-cent goodness with Batman 1, 2, 3. Pretty easy. Somebody wrote the date so much they liked it, they wrote it again. But 6/12 of 59. Well, bat dog action. And go get him, Bat Hound. We've got to bring him in. He's wanted by the police. Now, shout out to, and if his name comes to me, I'll drop it. But bought this off a live Instagram show. A lot of people, myself included, were asking about the cover, and he said it was attached. After the auction was over and he was looking at the files, he realized that the bottom staple was actually indeed detached. Okay, the top one still is attached. He contacted me on Instagram and said, hey, look, here's the deal. Found this out. One of two things. I can either cut you a deal on it, which he did, cut the price in half, or you can just call it even and I keep the book. I said, no, I still want it, especially for that half price. So I picked it up. So shout out to sellers that do the right thing, because, hey, it's the right thing to do. So I decided to go back and collect all the annuals for these sets that I had. Completist nature in me, I guess. But so a lot of these are those. I was able to get a lot of these in the dollar bins, which were half off. Went into the comic shop, and he said, and I told the story the bad side of the story in my last video, but he told me that the dollar bins were buy one get one half off. I said, "Oh, so they're 50 cents a piece." He goes, "No, they're buy one get one free rather. Buy one get one free." I said, "So they're 50 cents a piece." He goes, "They're buy one get one free." Yeah, the same thing. Okay, so X Factor number 5. So during this time, they would go across the X titles, and this is the Days of Future Present, part 2 of 4, and that's X Factor fighting against Ahab. So X Factor number 4, annual number 4. This is Atlantis Attacks. Pretty cool cover there. X Factor annual number 3. This is Apocalypse versus the High Evolutionary. There's X-Men 200. Of course, I already had all the whole run of X-Men Volume 1, but picked up this variant on the cheap. And check out that cover right there. David Finch just nailed it. The only thing I had in question was the storm face. Looks like she ran into a park or chasing a parked car. You know, it's kind of flat. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm not a professional artist, right? So this is David Finch goodness right here, and it folds out to reveal the whole team. So really cool. Picked up Folklores number 2. Picked up some of these other ones while I was in Georgia a few weeks ago, but was missing number 2, so I couldn't read the whole set. So now I'm going to be able to pick that up. The slightly new books were half off at this shop, and so that picked up X-Men Gold number 14, Savage Avengers number 6, some more Finch goodness right there. Looks like a connecting cover. Number 9. These have gotten out of order. They'll get back on order when they go in my boxes, but they got out of order when I was going through them and rescuing them, putting them in better boards and bags. These new ones weren't in bags at all. Savage Avengers annual number 1. Number 7, little Electra action. Number 10. Picked up the Uncanny X-Men. This is volume 2, number 1, sketch variant. New Avengers number 20. So pick this up for 50 cents. Check out that cool Magneto helmet with the reflective cover there. And notice that everybody's got metal. So Magneto's like, "Dude, I know you're not." And they're like, "Holy crap." So that was pretty cool. Astonishing X-Men number 16. Old Kitty Pryde is not looking too happy there. X-Men number 12. This is volume 2. Alpha Flight 53. Picked this up in the 50-cent bin. This is early Jim Lee art. I think this is his second Marvel art. His first one was in Alpha Flight 51 maybe. Picked up a bunch of Valiant for 50 cents a pop. Armor Hunters number 3. This is the Valiant Craft. A takeoff of Minecraft, I believe it is. So that was pretty cool. Armor Hunters number 1. So they had all these Armor Hunters. They had Bloodshot Armor Hunters. They had Armor Hunters. They had Harbinger Armor Hunters. And then Armor Hunters Aftermath. Armor Hunters number 4. Now this is really cool because this was like in the middle of like Valiant relaunching its series in 2012, I believe. And you could scan this QR code and put your phone over this and it would be them talking. So haven't tried that out to see if it actually still works, but it's pretty cutting edge. Armor Hunters Harbinger number 1. Armor Hunters Harbinger number 3. Armor Hunters Harbinger number 2. One of those cutout masks. They did a bunch of these. No, they did a rye one like this. It's a little more valuable than this one. Pick this one up. Newsstand goodness. Batman 652. So this was the era that Jason Todd had essentially come back. Batman was reliving some of those memories, and this is a pretty cool Mark Brooks cover to boot. Batman 554. Acclaim Comics presents Valiant Freeview #1. This is from March of '95. So Acclaim bought Valiant, and then of course they both went into the ditch. But I actually picked this up for 50 cents. People, the two of us, like me and Daymare, Daymare's, probably the only two people that actually collect Valiant. If you like Valiant, leave a comment below. If you don't talk about it. But seriously, that generally my stuff's going to have Valiant because I collect a lot of Valiant stuff. And so I thought those were pretty cool. Doesn't have any value to it whatsoever. But hey, it's my PC. So these were sent out to the comic shops, and it's a black and white, a couple of pages of various books that are advertised there. Giant size X Factor annual number two. So I was able to pick up all the X Factor annuals of Volume 1. So got all those. This is Uncanny X-Men annual #1. This is from Volume 3. Uncanny X-Men annual #3. This is from Volume 2 or 4. Whichever one it is, I need 2 more out of that same volume. X Factor #6. Again, they were going across the X titles with the various crossovers. Astonishing X-Men 17. Wolverine looking all scared. I'm a scaredy cat. Oh no, what am I going to do? New Mutants #14. Now, I haven't been collecting this set of New Mutants. I have all of Volume 1, and then the latest series, but I didn't collect these. But I couldn't pass up this Granoff cover, and I like the Second Coming storyline, so it's pretty cool. X-Force and Cable '95. So in the late '90s, they started calling annuals something different than that, and started just labeling it by the year. So these are the X-Force annuals, and since Cable was around then, they call it Cable and X-Force. '96, good year. The year I graduated high school. X-Force #3. Sunspot or Rainfire, as it was called, and Danny Moonstar. Both are in the New Mutants movie. Cyberforce #4. Some Image foil goodness. X Factor #7. Again, another crossover. Shatter Shot. Mojo. X Factor annual #1. Newsstand and a Bob Layton cover. Looks like they're fighting the Crimson Dynamo. X Factor #9. Strong guys, not so strong, it seems. And a lot of people in the background. Hey, that's extra. Worth the price of admission for sure. X Factor #8. This one was not bagged. I think this originally came bagged with a trading card. So X-Force and Cable '97 annual. These were all out of the 50-cent bin. Picked this up because I've been kind of on this homage kick. But this is New X-Men 23. This is a throwback to when Rogue joined the X-Men, and she was running and being chased by Colossus and such. So this is X-23 when she joins that team. Savage Avengers 11. Little Elektra. Getting electrified with Doctor Strange. Oh, Strange Cat. Astonishing X-Men 12. Not really running after this, but it's 50 cents. Can't beat it. Thought about selling this one, but then I decided to keep it in the PC because it's Barry Windsor Smith, Wolverine Goodness, Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X. This is a wraparound cover. For those of you familiar with that, #84. Guardians of the Galaxy 39. Similarly, I thought about doing this, but some shiny Wolverine goodness there. In the Guardians of the Galaxy series that Jim Valentino started, this is Wolverine's great whoever granddaughter, and she had a break of the claw, and she thought she had found him. Spoiler alert! This is from the '90s, '93. So, and read it by now. Check it out, Marvel's Comics. app. Uncanny X-Men #1, the annual. This is one of the short volumes. X-Men Battle of the Atom, Chapter 10, #2. X-Men Endangered Species, one shot. I think this leads into another story arc across the X titles back then. Cloak and Dagger, one shot #1. I had to pick up that Mark Brooks goodness for 50 cents. Who could pass that up? Got this from Mr. Unknown Comics guy in a lot that he had. It's a very low grade Captain America #173, 25-cent goodness, and they team up with the X-Men, Rusty Staples. But hey, it was dirt cheap. Those comics were like, I averaged it out, which included the X-23 that I showed you earlier, and it was like $1.50. It was $1.50 a comic, so you can't really beat it. I mean, $1.50. I mean, come on. X Factor 136. I think I've already showed these right here. They came in to the deal. So yeah, I did get a big haul from my LCS. I'm probably, if I get time tomorrow, going to be going to them again. I'm going to be doing a YouTube auction and sharing some of those savings with you on the cheap. And so be looking out on IG for information on that. So appreciate you watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And until next time, keep reading and keep collecting.